Here at the top of our roof in Washington Heights, we have something that a lot of people don't expect. A view that's maybe one of the best in the entire world. It's not just a neighborhood of sights. It's a neighborhood of sounds, smells, tastes, feelings. It's probably one of the most underrated in New York. So, I'm Dennis Golin with BrickUnderground.com. I'm going to show you around my Washington Heights.
It's strange for me to talk about Washington Heights, and it's even stranger to hear it being called an up-and-coming neighborhood. Up-and-coming tends to negate the deep roots that permeate through the community. Up here, we have a sense of continuity through the generations that stay in our orbit.
Here, grandparents live just blocks from their grandchildren. Buildings are decades old, and stores cater to all sorts of locals, no matter the age, race, or class.
There's bakeries, groceries, roasted chickens, 99-cent stores, new hangouts, old hangouts, and everything in between.
And we're in no shortage of true locals.
Almost 32 years.
Kismat, that great uptown staple of Indian food, has been run by Ahmed for decades, making decadent biryani, breads, and a cup of amazing dal, even when you order delivery.
You are Muslim, now is Indian food.
Oh yeah.
Gleb has been here at Moscow on the Hudson, by the way, great movie, for 19 years, defying supermarkets and sanctions to give Eastern European families like mine a little taste of the old country. Across the street is Jin's Supermarket, and Jay's family has been running it since the 70s. Immigrants have always been an integral part of the Washington Heights community, from the early German Jewish settlers that gave this area the nickname Frankfurt on the Hudson, to the Dominicans that now make up the majority.
I feel at home. I feel the Spanish community, it's my home. I grew up here.
At the same time, America's own distinct history peeks out at you from every corner here. Bennett Park is a historic site that marked the point where Fort Washington itself once stood. A few blocks down on 168th Street, Malcolm X was assassinated during a speech, marking the beginning of the end of the civil rights era.
A lot of people don't realize he was carried right to the hospital right here,
Columbia Presbyterian has long been treating kings and commoners alike, including, but not limited to, the Clintons, the Roosevelts, the Saudis, and most importantly, my own grandfather. Thank you, Heart Center. And of course, there's the monolithic beauty of the George Washington Bridge. Underneath it, a secluded park teems with a history all its own. Here is the perfect spot to barbecue, play tennis, and bask in the salty air coming from the river. Maybe the gorgeous views and relative seclusion of the area is what makes it so attractive to creative types.
Some actors, actresses,
Right.
opera singers.
Michaela, the local Irish pub, does musical acts once a week. The United Palace has plenty of shows and a new plaza outside it to boast. Oh yeah, we got a castle. So is the cloisters, and everything else makes plainly evident. The Heights totally smashes the stereotype that you can't raise kids in New York City. PS 187 is a very highly regarded K-8 school that helped me gain some of my best friends, a strong sense of identity, and a lifelong hatred of ketchup.
Good place to play for the next generation.
It's an exciting time up here, but change is definitely in the offing. There's a very poignant moment in the musical In the Heights, created by neighborhood local Lin-Manuel Miranda. As a bodega sign is removed, an old butcher shop awning becomes visible behind it, dilapidated but still affixed to the wall. Like the sign, we will keep on keeping on, growing with this changing city and always thriving. This is my Washington Heights. For Brick Underground, I'm Dennis Golin.